104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. You look familiar. I know I've seen you somewhere before. I don't know. Goz, he looks right. Like, he doesn't. Do we know this dude?
What's going on, guys?
I don't know who this is.
Yep. What?
Closer. Brian Mariano comes down from his high horse to talk horses.
I see what you did there.
See what I did in your Saratoga shirt?
Hey, listen, this is a nice, comfortable shirt on this hot day.
I'm not judging it. I thought it's a cool shirt to wear the day before the Preakness.
I mean, you're saying this. Your mouth is saying things that your face is saying differently, though. I mean, your face is saying different things.
I didn't know you were looking longingly into my eyes. I thought I could just have a conversation.
Apparently, I haven't seen you in so long that I have to, so it's okay.
Closer, of course, our in-house horse racing expert. You do the podcast. What the heck is that thing called again?
The Paddock Pass.
Oh,
yes,
that's
of
what
course.
it is.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, of course.
I was just, I mean, like, I'm a little bitter. You know, he couldn't find anybody for like a 5-minute fill-in for the Derby. So he said, hey, Levack, let's talk horses. Now it's the Preakness. And he's like, I got people. I'm good. I don't need you.
Why can be bitter?
I don't need you.
Because I asked you to come on?
You didn't ask me this time.
Oh, my God. What do you want, a weekly thing now?
Well, I had
weekly
the winner.
Segments?
I won.
You did?
I won.
You did.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
You're a man. You have more money than I do right
How confident should Levack be about the winner he had in the Kentucky Derby winning it now in the Preakness?
Oh, I'd be real. I'm confident, guys, this weekend. Honestly, I think this horse is just that good. Obviously, we always talk. Every time we talk, Levack, I mention the word value to you, and you hate it.
I cringe.
But I'm going value a different way this weekend because I do think that Always Dreaming is the best horse in the race. Did he have the best trip possible? Yes, in the Kentucky Derby. But ultimately, this weekend, he faces a little lesser crop than obviously he faced in the Kentucky Derby. The horse everyone's talking about is the 5. Classic Empire is drawn just outside of him. Mark Cassidy and Julian LePeroux. Now, this horse had as good a trip as Always Dreaming had in the Kentucky Derby. This horse had the worst trip possible.
Right.
Hit multiple times, but ultimately, I didn't like the horse going into the Kentucky Derby, so I don't like him coming out of it. So if you ask me who's going to win the race this weekend, I'm going to go with Always Dreaming. I think we're going to have a chance in 3 weeks to watch possibly another Triple Crown winner in 3 weeks at Belmont Park.
So if that be the case, how are you getting me value?
I will give you value in this way, okay? I'm going to play exactas with Always Dreaming and to kind of save me with Classic Empire first. So you have the 4 and the 5 up top. And horses that I like now that will come with a little bit of value that I don't think can win the race but can finish second and make out some big prices in your exactas. The 2, Chad Brown, Cloud Computing. Horse is only 4th start, but has progressed even up. Broken Maiden jumps right into a grade 3, then right up into a grade 2, and now jumping into his first grade 1 company. Is good enough tactically to actually finish second or third in this race. And especially you pick up Javier Castellano, in my opinion, one of the best riders in the country to ride for you. And of course, the local connection with Chad Brown. I will use him underneath. I will use the 6, Gunnavera. I was a fan of this horse going into the Kentucky Derby. Thought he had a tough trip. Didn't like the mud as much as I thought he would. And then this one, you add the biggest money rider I think you have in the country in Mike Smith to replace Javier Castellano on Gunnavera. That horse is 15-1. I like him as value as well. And of course, just a little bit of a knock on the nickname a little bit. Used to be called Mo Money. Conquest Mo Money, the 10 horse. Looks like will be the early speed, the pace setter of this race. A lot of the connections aren't really well known throughout the country, so I think you're going to keep that value at 15-1. And I like the pace setter in this race. I honestly think he will have the lead, turning for home, Always Dreaming just to his outside, will go by, and I hopefully get it a value exacta of 410 here in the Preakness.
All right, for everybody who has their pen and pencil ready, slower this time, and then with the numbers of actually what you're saying to the window.
And names.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
$2 exacta. Number 4, Always Dreaming.
Okay.
Number 5, Classic Empire.
Okay.
Those 2. Then you say with the number 2, Cloud Computing, the number 6, Gunnavera, and the 10, Conquest Mo Money. So for a $2 exacta, that's a $12 play that could possibly get you some nice return underneath.
Closer, you put Gunnavera back in there. You liked him in the Derby. I liked Hens, who's also running in the Preakness. Why did these horses disappoint in the Derby?
Honestly, Gunnavera didn't have the trip he thought he was going to get. I don't know if it just didn't like the mud or honestly just didn't run the race that I was expecting of him. I think if Conquest Mo Money goes to the lead and either Classic Empire or Always Dreaming push that pace, that sets up now for a deep closer in Gunnevera, which will finally get a fast track, which he had when he won in Florida the last time. Hence, see, I was never on this horse. He was the wise guy horse of the Kentucky Derby. I used him sporadically in triples, but I wasn't really overwhelmingly convinced on this horse. Florent Giroux is a really good rider. People don't hear of him often because he races a lot in Kentucky, but he's a really good rider for Steve Asmussen. I'm against this horse, guys. If you like him, use him, but I'm completely against this horse. I don't think he has much of a chance at all this weekend.
And then today's the Black Eyed Susan?
Today's the Black Eyed Susan, one of the most competitive Black Eyed Susans in recent memory. So this is the bet I always love to do, especially when we talked when he was Derby, you had the Oaks Derby double. Now this weekend you have the Black Eyed Susan and the Preakness double. I honestly I'm gonna go a little bit of a weird bet here. I'm gonna take everybody in today's Black Eyed Susan and hope for a price.
Nice.
And then
hey,
single.
We took that from me. That's
yeah,
my
I'm
style.
pulling a little Goz bet
He's doing the
here.
reverse Goz, all with.
Instead of with,
instead of like 4 with all.
Instead of going anywhere else, I'm going to take all in this race. I think it's very competitive, wide open. Anyone has a chance. And then I'm going to single with Always Dreaming in the Preakness. So that would be my bet, all with Always Dreaming. If I had to pick one today, Todd Pletcher, again, could be tough to beat with Moana, the 7-horse, and, of course, Summer Luck Marcassi with the 9-horse. Those would be the 2 I would play if you were to single out today in the Black Eyed Susan.
It's getting into closer season where all he's going to talk about is horses. So just be ready for that, and we'll bring you on whenever you got a good play for us. But don't say value ever again, please. If you could not do that, that'd be
No
fantastic.
problem, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, closer. Have a great weekend, and may it be a profitable one.
Hopefully. Thanks, guys.